Oh, hi, this is Theo. It's good to be on your journey today. We're on a journey to significance and we're marked for distinction. Welcome to our challenge change. I want to talk about a very interesting subject today, and it is society today. Where society finds itself in a place of psychological despair, a place of mental health instability, mental health crisis, a place of total confusion where you find humanity, the whole of human race in a place of despair, a desperate place of looking for money, money, Money. When you look at the word money, M stands for many will suffer because of me. O says one cannot live without me. N says nothing can be done without me. And then he says everything good or bad is done by me. And Y says yes, I'm bombastic. And it depends on who has me. So when you look at money, money can be the root, the love of money can be the root of all evil. But also the love of money can break relationships. The love of money can destroy human relationships. The love of money can bring enmity. The love of money can create confusions. The love of money. You see, when someone is poor and the person knows that is poor, you don't need to tell that person that is poor. But when a person knows is poor and you let him know that, or you let her know that she's poor, then a poverty becomes a reality to her. So that even though we look at Africa, for instance, a lot of people are poor in Africa and they don't believe they are poor because they are happy. You put the same, you look at the same group of people in Europe who have the same situation or who find themselves, in a state of poverty. And they don't feel poverty because, they have supplementary welfare allowances, social welfare that will look after them when they don't have a job, when they don't, have anything. Middle class people are okay. They are sufficient in Europe. But in Africa, middle class people are not. In Southern America, middle class people are not. So when someone is poor, it's one thing, but knowing that they are poor is another thing. And we find we find ourselves in a world today, society today, where nobody cares about the poor and the needy community. And being poor is a state of mind. You can change your poverty. You can change your state of mind. You can begin to develop passion into something, and that passion can turn to become something productive so that there is nobody lazy. The man that watches TV 24/7 is passionate about something. Only if they can turn their passion into talent acquisition, it will generate some income. It's like YouTube today. YouTube, based on subscribers, and the number of viewers and subscribers you have can generate money. And you can, when you look at YouTube today, you can see the desperation of a lot of young people across the world who have turned themselves into pornography, talent acquisition promoters. So that because, YouTube will give them money when they get few viewers. They don't care what the content they put there. They understand that pornography can be loved and admired by most people, the opposite sex. And as a result of that, they allow these things to intrude on their individual moral values so that they don't care the content that they put on YouTube. They put themselves on YouTube and they don't care as long as they get money. Society today finds itself in that, wasteful living or prodigal living versus desperation. And this desperation, this waste versus despair, leaves a lot of people in that reprobate mentality, so that they don't care how they live. They don't care the value that they put on themselves. They don't care about ethical and moral values because they will get money and that will evacuate their poverty. And they don't care about the names that are associated with it. This is society today. But what you think in your mind is you. As you think in your mind, that is who you are. So in these challenging times, would you let the love of money expose you into exposing yourself and not caring the content that you put on social media, for millions or thousands of people to watch and generations to come if we are still alive. Maybe your great-grandchildren will be pointed at and somebody will say, your mama made millions because of prostituting a serf or putting a serf and very bad pornographic content into social media. And this saddens my heart that the love of money, is reducing a lot of people's moral values. Moral, ethical values are no more valued. But what you put on YouTube matters. And I want to bring these things to your mind and your thought and emotion processes that value your life, value your human potential, value your individual capacity, ability, and add value to your life. Because what will it profit you if you are to gain the whole world but lose your soul? Or what is the value of your soul? So the content that you put on social media really matters. This is a wake-up call to help you to begin to see who you are, see where you come from, see where you are right now, see where you are going. Ask yourself why you are here, and how you can get to your destination, and when you can get there. All these things are things that only you will change. Poverty can be evacuated. It doesn't matter the poverty you find yourself. The clothes we wear, the watches we wear, the houses we live in, the phones we use are all solutions to problems people created. And when they created, we are able to, buy them. And we buy them and we exchange them, the product with money. The pens, we have to pay for it, everything. So you can also be a responsive, solution-oriented person that solves some problem, and when you solve those problems, I'm sure the world will know you for it. Add value. Overcome the waste versus despair and take personal responsibility of your life. It was good coming on your way tonight. Boom.